tank's about here, and that tank, that tank's about there. Oh goodness. G'day everyone, and welcome back. If you're new, welcome. I'm JH, and this is my farm, Tom's Brook. So we are going to start spreading urea. 96 tonne of urea there, 105 tonne of blue urea there. So this is the Csbp's new Sustain, and it is a coating that goes onto the urea, and essentially what it means is that we can spread without the worry of this volatilising at all and losing 30 to 40% of your nitrogen, or all of it if it's a bad year. So we're very excited to give this a go. There was rain meant for next week, but there isn't any more. That's sort of gone. My plan was to start spreading just the normal urea with the rain on the way, but this is what this product is for. So we're going to start spreading the Sustain, and that means that when it rains, it'll get used, and when we can finally see rain on the horizon, we'll switch to the urea and get that going, and then we'll switch back to the Sustain. So the Sustain, whilst it might look like it's not completely coated, it's lots of blue, lots of white, it's not 100% covered. I've been assured that that's just the dye was at the bottom of the tub. They don't like to stir it very much because the product is actually really bad for humans when it's in liquid form and the fumes that come off it, but when it's dry it's completely safe. That's what I've been told anyway. But the white stuff has been fully coated, it just hasn't got the dye on there. And what the Sustain means is that this urea will not be activated until it gets rain on it, until there's moisture onto that coating. It will be able to sit out on the paddock for a month or whatever till we get rain, as opposed to normal urea, which you're looking at within 3 weeks you're starting to get issues of volatilisation and all that. So yeah, we're very excited to give it a go and see what happens. So it's currently, we're getting gusts of winds up to about 40 k's an hour, so that's why we're not rushing out to get spreading, because we're not going to get an even spread. We want an even spread, so we're just doing a little bit of maintenance that we can, a little bit of greasing and all that. We'll get all this stuff down to the paddock by the end of the day. We're also going to go for a drive across the paddocks for seeing if Henry's going to go spraying. He is going to go spraying, but we're just going to do a check just to make sure that the plant is at the right leaf stage, growth stage, before we go applying chemical on top. Yeah, we've also got this, the Norris Wally's bin. We're going to be using the front 2 bins. We can't use the back. The back is actually severely, not sure if you can see, but it's quite dented at the back there. We tried quite hard with a lot of heat, a lot of hammering to get that flat, but we couldn't. We're gonna have to take that barrel out and do some proper work on it. So we're just down to the front 2, which is what we used last year. It's not too bad. It's I don't know, maybe 1.5 spreader loads, so you're at least getting nearly 400 hectares probably covered before you need a refill. So the brew that Henry's going to be spraying is a broadleaf brew, and it's also got our fungicide for our spot type net blotch, which is in here, and then also copper, zinc and manganese. But with the broadleaf, you have to go at 6 leaf. The plant needs to be between 6 leaf and then second node elongation. So we've got to have a count, because plant like this, so that's 1, 2, 3, that's at 4 leaf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. This one's 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's 6 leaf. We do spray at a litre per hectare of the broadleaf spray, but what we can do is bring that back down to 750 mils, because we don't have, our paddock's quite clean. We don't have a lot of broadleaf hanging around, and if we did, it would be quite small. We don't have the big broadleaf pressure. Our paddocks are typically pretty clean. Ryegrass can get away from us at times, but so we can get spraying and get on top of this spot type and all that, we might reduce our rate. And as an example of spot type, it's here somewhere. I'll find some. Oh yeah. See there, right on the leaf there. If you can see, you got that spot there. So yeah, we'll go for a bit of a drive. This is our earliest sown barley, and yeah, we shall make a plan. We go from you guys probably see the nice green across the paddock, and what we're looking out for is the smaller leaf stuff. So where we are is obviously a hard bit of the paddock, hard soil, and it's one leaf. So it didn't germinate when the rest did, and this is what we've got to look out for, because if we spray on top of this, even at 750 mils, 750 mils is from 3 leaf. The 1 and 2 leaf is going to suffer, and quite badly yield wise. So out in the paddock here, we go from basically anywhere from 1 leaf to Henry here has got 8 leaf because it's tillering, and the nodes are already getting a bit too far apart. There's one right there, and you can feel another one up there. So normally once you get past 2 fingers on your node elongation, you're going to start doing yield damage. So we're in a bit of a that's the first most advanced one we've seen though, so I don't think we've got too many like that, but this is the kind of decisions we need to make. Do we want to get going now so we're not going to hurt these ones, or do we hold off and then so we're not killing or hurting the fresh ones? And in my opinion, I reckon we're better to get going now, because that there is already tillering, it's looking good and healthy, and the other stuff's only just germinating, so it's already behind the majority of the crop. So we're better to look after our big plants than the small ones. So where we are here is the spaded country that we did, and whilst there isn't a huge number of plants here, there's actually plants here, which is, yeah, never been, well, it's been years since we've had greenery on this sand, which is amazing. It means that the spading has worked, the claying has worked, which is good. We thought we'd come and check the tank, and this is not what you want to see. We've overflowed it. This one's about half, so the pump is out running. Pump is out running. Obviously, this filling into here, which we knew was going to happen, but we didn't realise it was going to be quite so quick to happen, which is not ideal. A nice tank pad is getting washed away. So this tank's about here, and that tank's about there. Oh goodness. So we'll wait for that to level out, and yeah, we should be right. So I think I'm going to need to get an ag bot or something like that on these tanks so that we don't have that happen again. But aside from the fact that it overflowed, there's no leaking happening from here, from a nice 3-inch tap. And there's also no leaking happening around our 2-inch. It's just wet because it's come around from, well, up top, down below, everywhere. It's not dripping from there, which is good. But we almost need to drill 3-inch holes and have 3-inch hose going to between the tanks, but oh well, we'll see what happens. So a little bit of excitement with that tank overflowing, but we've at least gone across the barley. So Henry's gonna have to spray all of this paddock, and then this one here is where I did the 60 hectares of Agstar, and that stuff is gone gangbusters. So it's got that one, 60 hectares of that, and then the other paddocks he's got to wait on for maybe a week or two. They're all harder soil, so it's only just started to germinate in most places, which is a shame. You know, it's a month late for germination, but at least it's all germinating, which is good. So yeah, that'll be the plan. He'll start spraying tomorrow when he can. So what we're going to do while it's still windy is maybe get the old fridge installed into the tractor, considering it never came with one. We've got a sort of fridge stand thingy made up for the tractor, so that should do. Anyway, now I'm about to go and fill this with urea. Henry's off to get his pad all ready for spraying for tomorrow. It's late arvo at the moment. The wind has dried off quite a fair bit, which is good. I'm not too sure what it's like tomorrow. I think tomorrow it's quite windy, but yeah, we'll find out anyway. So yeah, we'll fill this with urea, and we'll probably fill the spreader with urea and take them down so they're ready to get spreading in the morning. Something that you cannot smell through the camera is the smell of the sustain. It is stinky. Oh, truckload of that, please. I'll be the first to admit it is a bit agricultural, but we've now got a fridge in the tractor. If this tractor was meant to come with it, but we never got one. I think they're normally there. So anyway, we'll see how long that lasts. It might bounce around a bit too much, but I think we've got it pretty sturdy. But anyway, we'll see what it looks like tomorrow. Morning, foggy start to it, so Henry will be brewing up and then just waiting a little bit. The fog is clearing and we've got breeze, so it's going to be cleared in no time. I'm going to fill this, but I'm not going to fill it out of the shed. That was my plan, but we had a bit of a heavy dew last night, so you can see that the shed floor, well, the apron floor is wet. I don't want to be dragging wet into the shed. So lucky I filled the wally up yesterday, so going to go over there and fill out a wally. So there is one slightly annoying thing about when we fill out a wally with this tractor, and it's you've got to turn it quite aggressively because the augers are too low to fit underneath this tractor. The old tractor was fine, this tractor not fine, and the wings at the back are too high as well, so we need to turn the tractor on the side so that we can then pull wally over and load into it. So we've got everything ready there. We've got the windows washed and all sorted. I did a calibration just to check to see if it was heavier than the normal urea. It's the exact same. So now we're just shuffling a few cars around so that we've got vehicles down there, and we can get the truck down there, no worries. And then we'll get into spreading. We're going to get the trays out as well, because we are going to test to see if we've got if we can go up to 120 feet and get that nice and evenly. So that'll be the plan for today. And Henry's just about to start spraying. Just backing into the corner, ready to get started. So Dad is in the spreader now. He's come on up. I got to go and set all these trays up on our line up there, but I just thought I'd stop here and show you guys the canola. It's a very varying paddock, very different soil types. This is 730 hectares, this paddock, so you're going to get a lot of variability over that. For example, you can see we've got, you know, a nice bit of canola around here. Yeah, it's good numbers here. But probably where we're going to go and put these trays out, I can guarantee there's going to be next to nothing. It's not going to look like this, and we're going to have stuff just germinating and coming through. So let's go have a look. So Dad's coming up now. Got the trays out, we'll see what it's like. But you can see the canola here. It's a lot different soil. It's a lot harder. There is a lot of mice activity that was around here as well. We got, you know, small coming through, and then there's nothing. But if I have a dig, I'm sure. Yeah, there we go. It's germinated, which is a pain. It's a very pain in the ass, but yeah. So, like I was saying, we've got canola just germinating coming through. Very frustrating how uneven this is. What was that?
We've got canola out here. I mean, not canola, urea. But as you say, it's just ridiculous. When did we plant this? April the 10th? And they're only just emerging now.
Yeah. So I was just saying to YouTube. Our spread pattern is fairly even. It is a bit more in the centre, if you can see that. The outside wings, they're a little low, but we are overlapping just slightly, so that you know, it gets made up for overlapping, so that's okay. I just sent a message off to Jono to see what he reckons, if there's a setting we should change or spinner we should change, and see, you know, try and get a bit more even. But yeah, we're just going to continue on with the outside of that for the time being. And yeah, like I was saying, with this canola, it's very frustrating. You know, we're trying to you know, get timings perfect with everything. You know, you're spraying, your come harvest, your desiccation, all that gets very hard when you've got very advanced canola to canola that's just coming through. You know, that one's come through just today. So, and then the reason why there's probably not a huge amount of canola here is we've got a bloody mouse hole just there. So it's yeah, it gets quite frustrating. Lack of rain, obviously nothing we can do about that. We've got the seed in the ground. As I'm standing here, I can see a lot that's just germinating and coming through. So yeah, anyway, we'll see what happens. So with our canola being at this sort of growth stage, and also both our cereals, wheat and barley, are also, you know, they're further behind than what would normally be on a typical year. So we're going to go at 50 kilos a hectare. So that's we currently got 26 units of N at the moment. We're going at 50 kilos gives us another 23 units of N, so we're at 49 units of N all up. What we aim for on an average year is about 80 units of N, and on a very good year, on a wet year, we'll aim for 100. So yeah, at the moment, yeah, we're going to get up to that 49 units of N, and then what it means is when we come back to doing Flexi N, bit later on when everything's up and growing. We can then judge if the year's changed. We can go higher or we can go lower. At the moment we'll probably be going about 55 litres a hectare of Flexi-N to get us up to our 80 units across the board, but yeah, we'll make that decision when it comes to it. If the year dies out, then we'll go less or won't apply it at all. So yeah, it's just what we do with our urea and our nitrogen program. We aim for that 80 units or 100. So this year it's 80. So yeah, we'll just keep on spreading, and Henry will keep on spraying. So we just talked to Jono, and what we're going to do is, someone actually commented on it, is we're going to put the trays out and then run down and then run up the other side and run up the other side, and then that way we can actually see what our overlap is doing and get an even look. We're also adjusting our drop point. So we were at 3.5, we're now going to 6, just to get that a bit better. So we shall see what that does and how that looks. So we'll yeah, set these trays out and do 3 laps, and yeah, we'll report back. So Dad's done his first pass over the trays. He's now going to do his second, and then this way we get our even overlap. We're always just accounting for it. We just haven't ever measured it. So that'll definitely get into that end tray. Not sure how much further it'll come. And then he'll come back up behind me and he'll go on that run there, and then we will yeah, we'll be able to see what sort of job it's all doing after we've adjusted those couple settings. Dad's headed off to continue on spreading, and that was our spread pattern. Let's see if I can get in the sun a bit better for you. So very even, very consistent, very happy with that. Yeah, peace of mind that we're not going to be doing that striping effect like what we had happen last year, which I'm not sure what happened there. I think we had the spinners at the wrong setting or something like that. But anyway, that is all good to get rolling, and I'm going to go pack away these trays and head back to the shed. Well, I'm glad that the spreader's spreading even now. Not so glad about our germination. It's just what we have happen when we have dry years and when we have this Borgo. We just cannot get it to do a even germination for us. So yeah, I'm going to be heading up to Darren Field Days this year, which is WA's version of a machinery expo. So I'll be going around and having a look at some bars and seeing what's out there, because yeah, we've done 6 seasons so far on our one now. So yeah, we're pretty much ready to switch her out and go to something else, something that's going to be consistent for us for germination, precision planting of putting the seed where we want. Yeah, so the Seed Hawk was amazing for us, so yeah, definitely going to give Seed Hawk a look and yeah, see what that's like. So yeah, if you're going to go ahead to the Darren Field Days, let us know below. We've got a nice full load for Dad of some sustain. I need to fill that up with petrol because it's nearly out, and then we'll get this down there. Well, we got that all ready for Dad when he comes in for a fill, which won't be for quite a while. Yeah, he had enough on there to do 200 hectares or something like that. So yeah, anyway, I think we'll leave the video there. So like, subscribe and share, and we'll see you in the next one.